Alright, here's something real freaking crazy. This is a drum machine for Sega Genesis, actual hardware. I'm using EverDrive, but I'm not using the actual Sega Genesis console because I don't have one, because I returned it to the previous owner because my EverDrive didn't work with it. And now I'm playing it on some cheap pirated bootlegged console, so the sound wouldn't be as great, but this thing is awesome. So in this video I just wanted to show how to program this thing because it took me a while to figure out how it works. Okay, so in order to get to the sequencer itself, you press Z and that selects the pattern. So for example, if you want to select the second pattern, you press C. C button triggers almost everything. So for example, if I want to place a beat on this first pattern, I press Z. It switches basically between this and this window. Now I have this field and it's empty. So when I press A and C, it doesn't seem to do much, but actually it switches between the drum samples. So for example, now it's on bass drum, and so A scrolls left and C scrolls right. So now it's on bass drum. So let's place bass, you know, 4 to the floor. Basic stuff. B selects the sample. So scroll to the sample you want to use. The light isn't very bright, so I can't really see it that well. Okay, so bass drum. I place one here, then on the floor. Also, you can place it anywhere you want and even stack a few of them. Okay, so here's the basic rhythm. And you can play back your sequence anytime by pressing X. It's like the play button. So if this was actual drum machine, you would press start, but instead you press X. It's not very loud. Okay, I'm pressing X again. Okay, let's say I want to use hi-hats on the off beats. So I would switch by, you know, it's on bass drum, then I press C, 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 C when it gets to hi-hat, and wait, that's rim shot. Oh, that's high tom. Yeah, closed hi-hat is at the very end of the list. Closed hat, yeah. Yeah, that's almost too basic. Okay, so there's two modes of playback. Right now, when I press X, it only plays one pattern, but I can also program 4 of them and play them in sequence. To switch between these modes, you press Y button. Yeah, and the song mode is on. Now pressing X will trigger the first pattern, then it shows the next one. Right now it's not programmed. Okay, so it's going to the third and the fourth and goes back to the first. One neat trick that I found, you can copy patterns. So if you don't want to manually program each pattern, you can just, okay, so pressing Z goes to pattern selection, and now if you press A, it copies the pattern that you have selected, and now pressing it again at the pattern 2 will copy it to that one. Okay, so pressing A copies it, then you select where you want to copy it to, and pressing C will, wait. Okay, A, then A. Now it's copied. Wait, no it's not. Oh, okay. So A copies the sequence, then C switches to the sequence, and then pressing A will copy the entire contents of the sequence to the pattern you've selected. So if I choose this first one, then go to fourth by pressing C, and now press A, it will copy everything. So right now I have 4 patterns, but they're identical. Let's say I want to change the first one. So I go to the first one, press C, now use Z to select pattern editor, and now let's add some crash at the beginning. Okay, one of the most important things is tempo. So in the beginning the tempo is set to 120 and it's not like my favorite one. So to change the tempo you press start, and then there it is, tempo. Press C, and now it's in tempo selection mode. Okay, use up arrow to go in the increments of 10, and then you can fine tune it by pressing left and right. So yeah, like for example, I want it around 97. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I'm pressing X to play. One other thing, so there's this swing option, which I'm not sure what it does exactly, but I think it shifts the off beats a little to make it more groovy, but personally I don't care for it much. And in the beginning, when I first opened this program, I accidentally changed the swing. So to change the swing, you should be in the tempo selection mode. So if your arrows change the tempo, and it shows it right here, and press C. Yeah, this will show different swing options. So 8 swing S. I assume it's like it's shifting. Oh yeah, it works. Okay. Yeah, the difference is noticeable. Okay, the next one. 16th swing. And 16 swing S. I'm not sure it does anything. Oh, okay, this one doesn't have swing. Yeah, this is kind of neat, but for some reason it doesn't show anything here, but it doesn't matter really. Now to change the sounds. This is kind of the most exciting part, because it actually has a few presets, a few drum sample packs in there. Okay, pressing C will trigger the drum kit selection. Press left and right to change them. Okay, let's just play them and see. Yeah, this is 909, obviously. Okay, let's add some snares and rim shots. Press Z to edit pattern, then select snare drum. You can play. This is so cool, dude. Okay, I think that should be enough to show the difference between the sounds, because obviously 909 and 808 sound differently. So press start again, go to drum kit, and just press left and right to switch between them. Yeah, this is so freaking classic. The fact that you can have a drum machine in your Genesis, that's just wild, man. Okay, 909 is awesome. Let's change the tempo. Yeah, the swing is kind of aggressive. Yeah, that's better. Keep in mind that I'm using European 50 Hz system, so it may not be playing it back at the correct rate, but maybe that doesn't affect it. I'm not sure, but sometimes it seems like it's not synced properly, which is weird for a drum machine, right? Okay, let's check out other sounds. Yeah, it even has lean drum. And some weird rock drum, which is kind of too loud and crazy. I don't know, I don't really like this one. Okay, let's add some open heads. Yeah, this one is cool. Oh, okay. Now I accidentally pressed mode button, and just don't do this at home, because okay, so mode button, that's very easy to accidentally press. It randomizes the pattern. So every time you press it, it's different. It's complete chaos. I mean, it's kind of fun for maybe finding ideas for patterns, but like the one that I just made was fine, and I just ruined it, and there's no way of getting it back. Yeah, it's completely random, because sometimes you would have the stacked instruments, and that doesn't sound right, like this. Yeah, that's a weird one. I'm not sure why it's here. Okay, so aside from all of that, you can even save and load your selection. So last time I made this kind of sequence. Let's see. Yeah, user. It even has like 3 folders, and you can use it. Yeah, this one. Okay, let's check it. Yeah. think it's using some weird swing setting. Let's see. 16 swing. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is nice. I find that 909 works the best because it's modeled after that, visually at least. Personally, of course, I prefer the lean drum. It doesn't sound as good on this one, but it may just be my television and crappy system. I mean, it's not even a real Genesis, it's like some weird thing. At least I've got the original controller. Oh, I accidentally pressed mode again and it totally ruined my pattern. Okay, shut up. That's why saving and loading is so useful, because if you accidentally press mode, it will randomize everything, so at least that way you can get it back. Like, for example, let's see. Yeah, this one is fine. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, so last time I accidentally switched the swing to 8 swing, which is the most drastic, and so it was kind of out of sync, and I thought it was because of my console, but it's actually a cool feature. Okay, let's switch to the song mode, but I don't think I have anything. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, okay, I don't have every pattern. Okay, let's stop it and let's copy just for the sake of demonstration. First of all, let's change it to, I think, 909. I think it's like my favorite from these ones. Also, 808 is fun. Let's copy. So use Z to select the pattern, to copy it, then go here and dump it here. Then copy this one, C, A. Now it's copied, so the first one and the third one are identical, and the second and the fourth one are too. Let's start with the first one and switch to the song mode and play the whole thing while maybe switching the drum kits. Yeah, this one sounds cool. Yeah, I love this one. Rock 1 isn't bad, actually. The problem with my console, and I think Genesis in general, is that hi-hats don't sound as good. It's all very muted, so I doubt you would be able to hear the subtle nuances. But for what it is, it still sounds awesome. It's very clean sounding, and maybe on the modded consoles with sound output it would sound even better. All in all, this thing is just awesome. I love it. I like how it's simplistic in that it only has 4 patterns. That's not too much. And also it's very intuitive to control. So you just switch between pattern and pattern editor and use C and A to switch between samples, and then you can either play all of them or just one pattern. And it's very useful just as a metronome or anything of that sort. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think you can mute certain instruments, but I have not. Oh yeah, now I can select. So for example, I can mute rim shots or even kick drums, yeah, for drastic difference. Let's mute them. Yeah, it works. Huh. Yeah, it's cool for adding, you know, the motion. I think these two are just, they work the same as Z button, so it's your basic mode. Switching the drum kit is by far the most fun part, I think. So changing tempo on the fly is fun. So fun. Okay, let's change to rock and change the swing then. So rock drum, X, and now tempo. I see that it's already swinging like crazy. Okay, the this is kind of too fast. Let's dial it back to 90. Yeah, 16 swing works fine. I gotta say, the swing sounds fun. I mean, makes it more lively. Which is so crazy to think that the drum machine on the Genesis can sound even, can have some shuffle elements and have some swing to it. It's just, I'm so impressed, dude. Okay, so this is just, I guess it's like an overview, but I just wanted to make sure, because I couldn't find the instruction anywhere. I think it's in Japanese or somewhere. So basically you use A and C to select the pattern, B to make a selection, or to delete a note. And then pressing Z switches between pattern selection, C selects the pattern, and then Y turns on the song mode, which makes every pattern play in sequence, and X just turns it on. Now, just for fun, let's make something crazy. So I've had this idea of recreating Soft Cell's youth, you know. So it's so tempo is different. I think it's like around 95. Yeah, it's maybe even 87 or something like that. Oh yeah, I'm getting there. Hell yeah, dude. This is it. Dude, I can totally jam out to this. You know, let's maybe add open hats where the snare drums are. No. How about claps? No. Huh. Youth has gone, I've heard you say, it doesn't matter anywhere. Don't hide the photo, so turn off the lights. This is so cool, dude. Okay. Yeah, let's end it with the bang, so to speak. Symbol, I guess. Yeah, that's it. No, I've got an even better idea. Yep.